do this way too, right? So now we automatically converted all that, right? So this function comes handy when you have thousands and thousands of data points and you have to convert them. Then you can use this function and quickly convert it to a number. Now let's take a look at SAT score, and I would just delete these strange answers, and this one 1350 NA not applicable, just delete that, and 0, this one has to be deleted, right? So if not, your data will be distorted. And then don't remember, you delete that, and NA delete it. So we are making it a blank, right? So we fix that problem with this column, and then my GPA is good. So I don't have to worry about besides textbook. So here again, let me simplify the label. So SAT. So I'm going to just call this column as an SAT, and then decrease the size of the column. Happy family the same. GPA, I'm going to delete that. Right, so you have GPA, and now besides textbook, so books. So I'm going to just simplify to books. Right, and then see 10 to 12. So what shall we say? I want to go with midpoint, which is 11. None, so it's 0. And go down 1 to 3. So what should we say? 1.5. 20 to 30. Oh, wow. This student is amazing. 20 to 30. So 25. So 2 books, at least 2 books per month. That's a lot. 10 books. And 0 to 1. Oh, wow. So this is half books. So we could do better, right? So besides textbook, we are not reading as much as we should. So we can, oh, what did I do? Did I change original data? Yeah, so this one does not really matter. So let me go back here. Is that right? Okay, it's all right. I'm right. Okay, so books, that's done. Now gender is easier. So let me use a function called now if function. So let's go with if function, if logical test, if, now look at here, this one, this value equals female, then what should I say? It's 1, if not 0. And I think we gotta use quotation mark. Very good. So if the column is female, then give me the value 1, if not 0, right? So if you have 0, it should be male. If it is 1, it must be female, right? So simply by using this if function, at H2 equals quotation mark, open the quotation, female and close the quotation, and comma 1, meaning that if the reference is female, then you have 1, if not 0, right? So by using this if function, you can simply convert the value to 1 or 0. And you don't have to change anything, so I'm going to copy that down by double-clicking on the square. So gender. So I'm going to just change the So column to gender. So 1100. So it has been changed. Now I have a clear 10-year vision. So let's shorten it, 10-year vision. How about that? 10-year vision. So I'm going to change that, 10-year vision. And I think this one use the same scale as family, right? So strongly agree, agree, neutral, strongly agree. So the same thing. So we can use VLOOKUP function. So I'm going to go VLOOKUP function and 10-year vision here, strongly agree. And the table is we defined as a family, right? The same table and second value. And we have to use the argument boss, right? VLOOKUP function I2 and the table called family that we defined. If you have not defined it, then you have to do this, right? So instead of family, what do you have to do? You have to delete it and go to the table over here and select it, right? I already defined this, so it does not give me the row number and column number. So it's family for me. So if you have done that, you can copy that down by double click on this square and it's done easily, right? You converted it. Now this one is already different. We have to create another table because it says, to what degree do you feel about your time management, right? Time management. So let's change it to time management. Time management and delete the rest of the sentence. So let's simplify that. And time management. And then let's create a table here again. So label, we have label and we have number. And always try to copy the same thing because you can mistype or there can be a typo. So it's good to do that. So satisfied, very satisfied and satisfied, neutral, dissatisfied, and very dissatisfied. Let's see if there's anybody who has very dissatisfied. Oh, I don't find anyone who has very dissatisfied. Very dissatisfied. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have to make a table to make it look nicer. And again, I'm going to use this scheme. So label, number, and I can define it again, but for your sake, let me just not define it and use it. So now let's go here. And I'm going to use VLOOKUP function again. And the lookup value is in the time management. So in my case, J2. And the table that I'm going to be using is right here. U61 to B66. And then the second column and false is the option, right? Here, VLOOKUP J2 U61 to B66 to false. And as I said, if you just copy it down, it's going to create an error message. So you have to add $sign in front of B and 66, right? So U61, B66 saying that, yeah, these are absolute reference. Although I move around my function, you should not change it. That's what it means to Excel by adding this dollar sign. And by doing so, you double click on the square, and you will be able to copy it down, and you have the number right there. Okay. And then we have satisfied here. So I believe this is the same scale. So look what I do. I'm going to copy, because we are using the same formula and the same location. Location changes, but the formula is the same. So I'm going to use this one, satisfied. I'm going to just copy that and then copy that. I should have the same formula for that. Isn't it cool? So you don't have to do anything, just copy your function around and create accurate result for that. So satisfaction, life satisfaction. So I'm going to change to this life satisfaction. Okay, life satisfaction. And lastly, I belong to a community in which I have a close, free, and formative relationship with others. Okay, so what should we say? Belong to a community in which I have a close, free, and formative relationship. So I'm going to say formative community, right? Formative community. And look at this. This one is using the same scale as family. So I'm going to be using here VLOOKUP. So what I can do is actually, look at me again. On the life satisfaction, I choose the column on B2, and then I'm going to copy it to the right because it's the same function. And what I'm going to be doing, so it gives me error message because the lookup values are wrong. So instead of this, I'm going to change to family, right? So the table is now family. So that's the only thing that I need to change. And it picks up the right value for me, right? So lookup L2 family 2 false. And I am done with data cleaning. I'm now ready to analyze. Any questions so far?